Good afternoon. Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports presents Hawaii High School Athletic Association 2003 Division I State Football Tournament. Today's game features the KIF champion, the Kauai High Red Raiders, versus the OIA champions, the Kahuku High School Red Raiders. Both teams coming in looking for Kauai for an early upset in this state tournament. Kahuku looking to get back into the finals, where it wasn't in the state tournament last season. I'm Craig Garcia alongside Al Murakami. And Al, what do you have in mind, or what do you see happening in tonight's game?
Well, I'll tell you what, as Coach Keli'i Morgado of Kauai said, basically it comes down to the fact that they don't see Neighbor Island football, and he's talking about the Oahu teams too much, so it's easy to get over for the Oahu teams to overlook them. And certainly he feels that, of course, Kauai has something of a size disadvantage, certainly, but he feels at the same time his team has a certain amount of athletic ability and speed, and he's seen some things that he feels his team, by playing disciplined defense, can take advantage of.
And there we get a good look at the head coach for Kauai High School, Keli'i Morgado, bringing his team in here with a 5-3 record, losing only to Waimea in their regular season ending bout, losing that by 7 points, 13-20, and losing their opening games to El Camino, a team from California, and to Punahou, both games at Vindina Stadium.
Should mention, by the way, Coach Morgado, of course, is a 1989 graduate of Punahou School, came in his fifth season, as Craig mentioned. He is 14-25-1 in his 5-year career with Kauai High School. Came in and had himself a 0-8 season and has turned it around in those 5 seasons to go 5-3 this season coming into today.
And we got a good look there at quarterback, Kekoa Crowell, for that, as we get a look at him there again. Crowell having a great regular season, passing for over 1,000 yards, which is good by any standards, by any team, in any league of play.
In fact, when you look at the individual statistics for Kauai High School, you can see, in comparison to the rest of the Kauai Interscholastic Federation, they pretty much ran the table. They're either first or second in a three-team league. Of course, first or second in all of the individual categories, from total offense to individual receiving, passing, and rushing, and so forth. So, obviously, a very dominant team over on the Garden Isle, Kauai was this year. Of course, as we all know, Craig, they were going to be in this, or at least either them or Kapaa were going to be one of the two Division I representatives, simply because of the way that the tournament was drawn up this year, with the addition of course, the Division II tournament this season.
Yeah, and Crowell was not a very picky quarterback as he spread it around. 3 receivers on this team in Itamura, Kariente, and Arakaki, all with close to 300 yards receiving. So definitely a receiver-friendly quarterback. And here we get a good look at number 11. That is Spencer Hafoka for the Kahuku Red Raiders.
On the other side, the converted quarterback from last season, of course, is the game breaker for Kahuku, and certainly we'll be seeing a lot from him, probably.
As we get underway, Kauvaka kicks the ball back. Kevin Cadiente, number 21, takes it across the 20-yard line, gets tripped up at around the 29-yard line, brought down by number 41 for Kahuku, Joshua Wiley.
Yeah, nothing fancy of that. Middle return called, and they just decide to just go ahead and run everybody up into the middle. Watch it again here. Didn't really have much that far to go when you think about it. On the return, that is, taking that just around his 15, 20-yard line in that area.
So Kauai will start out now from their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Crowell goes under center, trips out to his left side. Sends the man in motion. Crowell drops back to pass, looking for his receiver. He sees his receiver over the middle, just overthrows. That's number 2, Justin Arakaki, one of the big-name receivers on this Kauai offense.
Yep, and right away, of course, Coach Morgado wanting to show that his Kauai High School team, of course, not afraid of putting up the ball against this vaunted Kahuku defense. A defense which felt the sting coming into this season of being knocked out last year out of the first round of the OIA playoffs, which of course also put them out of the state tournament last year.
Crowell now, single set back in the backfield. Victorino, and Victorino gets the call, and he's quickly swallowed up by a host of Red Raiders, stopped by number 99, I believe that is. That is Shosei Yamauchi getting the tackle. Take a look at it again here, courtesy of First Hawaiian Bank.
Yeah, Yamauchi that time just basically staying at home, staying in the middle, shutting the blocking, and just coming up and basically just coming up and nailing the ball carrier in the backfield. Nothing fancy about that for Kahuku. They will just try to overpower you with that front four of theirs.
So it's 3rd down and 12 now for Kauai. Ball on their own 28-yard line. Crowell under center, trips to his left side again. Kahuku showing blitz. Crowell drops back the pass, looks for a receiver. He finds a man over the left side, and he catches the ball. That is number 21, Kevin Cariente, and he's drilled out of bounds by number 25 for Kahuku Red Raiders, Mauhe Maola.
Cariente, when you look down, the individual, both offense and defense side, as he plays both ways, he virtually dominates the statistical category. Look at this here as he finds that little up-down hole in the coverage.
So Kauai definitely relying on their passing game as they have all season. Crowell under center, this time trips to the right side. And he drops back the pass, looking for his receiver. And he tries to go back to the Cariente connection, and he overthrows the ball. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 on their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, one thing about the run and shoot is that the routes are not exactly predetermined. It's basically depending upon what the alignment the defense was in that time. Cariente that time looked like he was turning it up, but then saw the double coverage above him and tried to turn it out to the sidelines. But by then, Crowell had already made up his mind and had basically decided to go sideline instead.
2nd and 10. Kauai comes out, trips to the right side. Crowell under center. Fakes the toss, and he hands it off to number 21. That's Cariente, and he's swallowed up immediately by number 55 for Kahuku. That's Max Fairclough.
Yeah, this Kahuku defense, a very tough team defense out there. Told their coach, in fact, that they were going to, following the Watch Roll Adventure Travel replay here, had told their coach Siaki Levi of Kahuku that, coming into this season, that because of all the off-season work they had done, they said if the offense can just basically score a touchdown, they'll be just fine. Of course, Kahuku's offense did a lot more than that this season, scoring on an average of a 42-7 margin against their opponents for the most part. And in fact, 4 shutouts this year.
Now we have an official time on the field there. We get a look at head referee Jim Beavers out of the OIA.
Those 4 shutouts, we should mention, came against Lahaina Luna preseason, 34-0. Then 36-0 against Waianae of the leeward side. And then 45-0 against Roosevelt the following week. And then a couple of weeks later, taking a 66-0 win over Kaimiki later on in the season.
Of course, not to mention that 6-0 win over Kailua last week. Would bring that total up to 5 total shutouts on the season. As we take a look at head coach Kelly Morgado calling the plays to this very potentially volatile offense for Kauai. Crowell rolls out to his right side looking for a receiver. He finds one and he brings it down. That's number 2, Justin Arakaki. Comes down inbounds for the catch, and he gets out across the 50 into Kahuku territory. As we'll take a look at it again here, courtesy of Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew replay. Unfortunately, this was a 3rd down pass, though, and he needed to go at least another 6 or 7 yards on this. And Kahuku just basically playing what amounted to an umbrella defense on top of him, basically keeping Kauai from picking up the 1st down in that situation. But it shows that Kauai, of course, can go downfield more than 6 or 7 yards on you. That was close to almost a 17, 18-yard pass, but unfortunately it was a 3rd down and almost, 19, 20 yards to go.
And it's definitely a task for the Kauai High School going against what's possibly the best defense in the state, 1st round in the state tournament. As we take a look at them there, Kauai lined up to punt, and Kahuku called a quick timeout. Apparently they had the wrong personnel on the field. But Kauai doing a pretty good job so far moving the ball against his defense.
You know, and on the other side of it, though, it was interesting what Coach Siaki Levi said following their game with Kailua 2 weeks ago, saying that, you know, people don't really believe that sometimes they can play badly. And he said, basically quoting here from the Honolulu Advertiser, he says, you know, when we're bad, we're really bad. Sometimes we can't even execute plays against air.
So Kauai in with the punt team. It's a kick that's Lemke, Kaulana Lemke. Kicks it back to receive. And touching the ball is number 23. Makes the ball a live ball. Number 8 picks it up. Russell Tauhauri picks up the ball and tries to make the best of it. Excuse me, that's number 5, Lefao.
And that's exactly what Coach Siaki Levi was saying about sometimes they can't execute plays against air.
And there are flags down on the stadium floor.
At the same time, he says that, you know, because they don't get to see these teams too often.
We have block to the back, post scrimmage kick violation against Kahuku, first down.
As he was saying, talking about Coach Levi of Kahuku, saying that, you know, when you go against these neighbor island teams, because you don't really have much of a chance to scout all that much, you don't really know what to expect.
So 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line for Kahuku. And it looks like number 2 is under center. Handed the ball off to number 33, or 32 in the backfield. That is Paia Vaimui.
All Sport Replay, take another look at it here. This is just playing just really good assignment defense. Just everybody taking a man, covering their area, and nice stop and just knifing in there.
So understand that's Bronson Ponciano Ahue for Kahuku. Handing the ball off to number 40. That's Manu Gadi Kauda. Going nowhere. Kauai doing a great job stepping up on defense on this first drive. Take a look at this play again.
Yeah, when you talk about Kahuku, the running attack, it's the corral. You got Ngati Kara, you've got all number of players back there. You have, of course, Moores, Huddy, Naki, and Vaimui also to go too as well. So, but if you're Kauai High, this is the point when you need to really make your impact while your adrenaline is still high.
And flags are down on the field just as soon as this play gets off.
Prior to the snap, we have delay a game against the offense, 5 yards. Repeat, 3rd down.
So delay of game now inside the 10-yard line. That's going to move it half the distance. And so Kahuku starting off in a hole, 3rd and long on their own 4-yard line. So be interested to see if they can get themselves out of this hole. If for nothing else, give them a little bit more room to kick the ball. 3rd and 15. Kahuku on the option play. Quarterback keeper. That's Ponciano Ahue. And he gets out to about the 18-yard line. He's going to fall just short of the first down. And it would appear as if Kahuku is going to punt the ball.
Dietrich Insurance Replay. As I said, you know, this is the point of the game where if you're Kauai High School, you need to use that adrenaline rush at the moment. This is just good assignment football. Just stay with your assignment, follow the man, and move up and make the stop and try and keep him from getting the first down.
And it looks like on the punt play, Kauai has some movement, and that's going to give
Prior to the snap, we have encroachment against the defense. 5 yards, first down, Kahuku.
Yeah, in today's football, what you try and do is, rather than watching when the ball gets snapped, what you try and do instead is you try to listen to the snap count, and you try to outguess the person that's doing that back there for the punter, which either may be the punter or the intermediate blocker, and that time, Kauai High School guessing wrong.
Ponciano Ahue hands the ball off to his running back. Plunges ahead for about 3 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 7 for Kahuku. That's number 32, Paya Vaimui.
Vaimui, a big power back, all of 5'11", 200 pounds, a senior.
Kahuku now putting together what can be called putting together a small drive in the I formation. Ponciano Ahue under center. Fakes the handoff and he throws out to the right side to number 28. And that's a big number 28. Sai Naki gets out across the 30-yard line, just short of the 35, and that's enough for the Kahuku Red Raider first down.
Yeah, Naki, a running back, 5'10", 220, a senior. They got him mislisted here as a defensive back, but I think he's a little too large for that. But as a fullback, you're expected also to be able to catch the ball as well, being something of a backfield tight end of sorts. So that time, of course, using those nice soft hands, but also getting that 200-plus pounds momentum going upfield.
Kahuku in the eye. Hands the ball off to the halfback. The halfback, that's Vaimui. Vaimui gets about 6 yards there, out to about their own 40-yard line.
Yeah,
creeping ever so closely to that 50-yard marker into Kauai territory.
Midas replay, it's very obvious what Kahuku trying to do here. They basically just want to take all the steam they can out of Kauai High School by just pounding them again and again and again.
Second down and 4 from their own 41. Kahuku running the option. Ponciano Ahue passes it back to Vaimui. Vaimui is tripped up in the backfield by number 40, Kaupili Akau of Kauai High School. Akau is a 5'10", 170-pound senior, trying to make this not the last game of the season. Take a look at it again here, courtesy of Price Busters.
Yep, Vaimui, they're just trying to outrun the pursuit, but Akau coming up and just doing a great job of taking him down. Another good example, as we said, of assignment defense.
3rd down and 9 from their 36-yard line. And Kahuku goes to the air, throws up the ball, and he throws it out of bounds. That's Ponciano Ahue. Only man in the area looked to be number 11. That would be Hafoka. So that's going to bring up a 4th down for Kahuku, and it appears as if they're going to punt. They bring their big punter, number 52, Lau Kauvaka, into the backfield.
Yeah, Ponciano Ahue, not the regular starting quarterback. Normally it's Waika Carvalho out there, but apparently they're just trying something different today for Kahuku.
Back to receive the ball is number 42, Brian Rodriguez. He gets out to the 38-yard line before being taken out of bounds by a couple of Kahuku Red Raiders. Number 55 being one of them. Number 55 is Max Fairclaw. So Kauai will take over on their second drive of the game from their own 38-yard line. Crowell in that first drive was 2 of 4 for 28 yards on those 2 receptions. That punt traveled 50 yards with a 12-yard return. Crowell under center, trips to his right side, pitches it out to Victorino, and Victorino gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage before being wrapped up in red.
Yeah, usually, as they say in the tax business, as you watch the No Foods of Hawaii replay, being swallowed up in red is not a good thing, and nor is it a good thing here for the Kauai High School offenses. They try to run it up inside, and that was actually a good decision by the runner to turn it up inside there, but unfortunately the defense of Kahuku just swarming to the ball.
Kauai now in the spread formation, Crowell in the shotgun. Tries to shovel pass it to Victorino, and that is incomplete. That looked like a play out of Coach June Jones' playbook.
Yeah, Kauai High School Coach Morgado saying that, they run a similar offense as we've seen so far. We've seen pretty much the same patterns and so forth out there that they like to use, but they say that they also like to run out of it a little more often than the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors do. Which makes sense because Darren Hernandez of Kapolei said that they run a similar offense for very similar reasons. You can run and you can also pass very frequently out of this kind of a spread offense.
3rd down and 10 now. Crawl from under center. Throws the ball. Caught by number 81, Itamura. And Itamura gets 5, maybe 6 yards before being stopped by number 91. That is B.J. Beatty.
Yeah, watch it here, courtesy Pepsi, the joy of cola. This is this is not really a run and shoot offense. You can, this particular play, you can run out of any system actually. It's what they call the jailbreak screen or the interior screen or a wide receiver screen. Just basically looking to try and bust something through the middle.
Lemke into kick, and that ball is tipped. And it travels down to about the 31-yard line, and referees hadn't blown a whistle, and they finally blow a whistle. So it appears as if Kahuku will take over on the 32-yard line.
Looking down along the Kahuku sideline, I noticed that if that is Carvalho, he is in street clothes down there, in just shorts and shoes and his number 1 red jersey, if that is indeed him down on the sideline. If that is the case, then apparently something has happened, and Ponciano Ahue will probably be going the distance at quarterback today for Kahuku.
Ponciano Ahue hands it off to the first man up the middle. And trying to find a number on that young man. That's number 28. Sainaki rumbles his way for a gain of 11 yards. First down, Kahuku.
Courtesy Aloha Show, you watch this quick hitter right off first down. Again, no secret as to what Coach Siaki Levi wants to do here. He just basically wants to pound Kauai High School's defense into the ground, basically. And when you have your backup quarterback who has not seen much action in spite of the scores that you've run up during the season, the simple fact is Ponciano Ahue, as far as postseason play, does not have much in the way of experience in his back pocket compared to Carvalho. So you're going to, if you're Coach Levi, you're just going to keep pounding until they stop you.
Pitch back to the tailback, number 40. That's Manu Nagari Kauda. And he gets great yardage, 14 yards, out and across into Kauai territory to their 42-yard line. Take a look at it again here.
And Ngari Kara, no doubt, got good blocking here. And you see there's the good vision as he keeps his head up and just runs and just follows the flow of the defense, looking for just little seams to run up in, and that time doing a good job in getting the first down yardage.
Kauai now having to step it up. 1st and 10 from Kauai's 42-yard line. Hands the ball off to Vaimui, tripped up, and they're going to call him down. The ground can't cause the fumble. Vaimui gets to about the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards.
Yep, Vaimui left, Vaimui right. Naki up the middle occasionally. Then once in a while, Ngati Kara comes in. They have a whole corral of runners out there for Kahuku. And Coach Levi saying, as you see it there, saying that, of course, that means fresh legs back there. But some coaches would argue that, as a quarterback, you have to change the way you're handing off to each player. And after a while, you can't get any consistency going sometimes.
Movement all over the place on that play. And Kahuku's going to go back 5 yards.
Prior to the snap, false start. On the offense, 5 yards, repeat, 2nd down.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8. And you're talking about Kahuku there. That's the first miscue we've seen out of them tonight. Quite uncharacteristic out of this team.
Well, like Coach Levi said, sometimes they have a problem executing plays against air.
I formation, hands the ball off to Hafoka, tripped up by number 55, Justin Kashiwabara, 5'10", 165-pound senior.
Sometimes lack of size or so forth can actually be an advantage. It means you're a little quicker, a little faster to the ball, and you can bust through there quicker, and that's basically what Kashiwabara did that time. Nothing fancy about that. Everybody just takes a man, or you take a certain area of the field. If the play shifts that way, then someone else becomes the point man at that point, defensively speaking.
Under 2 minutes now, scoreless ball game. Ponciano Ahue drops back to pass, looking for a receiver, intended for Hofoka, bounced off the turf. Defending on the play is number 2, Justin Arakaki.
You know, they need to start hitting some of these pass plays because after a while, Kauai High School is going to start ignoring it as you watch the Verizon Hawaii replay here. Kind of a wobbly kind of a pass there, trying to keep it down and low because there is coverage in that area, and he's wanting to, of course, keep the defensive backs honest on that one. But again, they need to start hitting some of these pass plays besides the ones where they're just dropping the balls off to the running backs out of the backfield, because after a while, Kauai is just going to start loading up that front line as they're doing here.
Ponciano Ahue with the quarterback keeper, he pitches it out to Hofoka. Hofoka gets across the 35 down to about the 31. And a flag was thrown down to the field, and that could be in the area of an illegal block.
And that was a 4th down play, so it tells you all the more the kind of confidence Kahuku has in their offense, specifically their running attack. And Ponciano Ahue, that time on the pitch, doing a good job just reading how the defense was playing him, and you saw what assignment defense was on that, but also what good blocking can do to you.
We have holding on the offense. 10-yard spot of the foul. Repeat, 4th down.
So that's going to push Kahuku 10 yards back from the spot of the foul. 4th and 13, and this time, instead of going for it, they're going to kick the ball.
You know, if you're Coach Levi, you know, patience is the name of the game here, basically, because your team right now is not concentrating. They feel that they've had some success out there moving the ball, and then the kids' concentration goes the other way.
And that kick goes maybe to the 1st down marker, what Kahuku needed to get to. That's a total of a 13-yard kick.
By the same token, too, you know, Kahuku has basically had a 2-week layoff. Not unusual in the OIA, since teams do occasionally draw 2-week buys in that kind of situation. But still, you know, it's kind of hard in this instance where, you know, you're in tournament play.
Kauai not playing a game since Halloween night. Kauai in their trips formation, Crowell in the center, looking for a receiver. Can't find one. He's flushed out of the pocket. Desperately looking for a receiver now. And he throws the ball, and it's picked off, but his foot lands out of bounds ever so slightly. Number 9 coming down with that. That's Al Afalava. And his foot was just barely out of bounds on the near sideline here, Al.
Yeah, Afalava reading that all the way. He's basically, you know, you talk about assignment defense on the run attack. Well, this is, as you watch on a Rail Adventure Travel, this is what assignment football is on the pass attack. Afalava just basically assigned to read the quarterback's eyes, shadow him, and wherever he throws and goes, that's where he goes with it. And you saw right there how close that was to an interception. And actually, Crowell probably better advised to have thrown that away. Come back on the next down as they're doing here.
Great coverage by Kahuku on that play. And looks like we have movement on the line, and this one appears to be going against Kauai.
Yeah, that time I think Crowell trying to get out
prior to the snap.
Under center.
False start on the offense. 5 yards, repeat, 2nd down.
And what can happen in that instance, of course, is that basically what can happen in that instance is that, you know, everyone's suddenly like, well, are we going on 1, 2, 3, and so forth, and the quarterback trying to pull away. But that also is probably an indication of just how much respect at this point that they have for Kahuku's very fine defense.
Kauai 2nd and 15 on their own 27. Under 1 minute now to play. And Kauai sets up the screen, throws it to number 21, Kevin Cariente. Cariente gets out to about the 39-yard line. They're going to be 3 yards short of the 1st down. However, that's a gain of 12. So just when Kahuku has this offense figured out and they come in on a bum rush blitz, Kauai corrals it, and they throw a screen for good yardage.
Yeah, watch it here, courtesy Mountain Dew. You know, if it's not for the penalty, and this is why coaches really don't want to see penalties. That would have been good for a 1st down otherwise if that was the original line of scrimmage back around the 32.
Kauai 3rd and 3 from their own 39-yard line. Crowell on the bootleg, throws it out. He has a receiver, Cariente. And Cariente plows his way through 4 Kahuku and make that 5 Kahuku Red Raiders. Check that. That was number 81, Garen Itamura. Take a look at it again here.
Yeah, they got Karente on one side, Itamura to the other. Watch this. Basically, they had up-down coverage on this. So Itamura, recognizing that, of course, turns it out toward the sideline and basically outruns the up-down coverage to the sideline to make that catch. Good decision, good smart move. That's how you basically handle that kind of a situation, because they're expecting you to either come back or to go downfield with it. So that time you have to be able to read that coverage, turn it out, and outrace the defense to the sideline, make the catch.
So we've come to the end of the first quarter here, and we still have a scoreless game. Kauai Red Raiders 0, Kahuku Red Raiders 0. We're going to take a break. You're watching Hawaii High School Athletic Association football. This is Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports. Back at Aloha Stadium, scoreless ball game, 0-0. Kauai with the ball in Kahuku territory, 1st and 10 from the Kahuku 47-yard line. Kauai still in the trips formation, passes it back to number 33. Number 33 is Dominic Elvienia, excuse me. Take a look at this play again here.
Basic sweep play out of the spread offense here, just trying to put the young man in a situation where they can seal off the ends and try and run him up like in that situation, but just good reaction by the linebackers in the secondary to come up and help on the run stop.
So Kauai is faced with 2nd and 11 on the Kahuku 48-yard line. Crowell in the shotgun, drops back to pass, looking for a receiver. And he throws it, tipped by number 7 for Kahuku. That's Keola Silva. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 11 for Kauai.
Yeah, when you're trying to drop that ball into coverage, real tough to do. Watch it here, courtesy Jiffy Lube. Just does a good job of tipping it up in the air there, not able to pull it down. But all kinds of possibilities there.
Kauai 3rd and 11. Crowell under center. Drops back to pass, looks for his receiver, setting up a receiver screen. And one of the blockers missed his man. That's number 9 for Kahuku. Afalava comes in for the tackle. Big loss on the play. And Kauai is going to have to punt this ball away again.
Nothing surprising about that. Kahuku, having seen that wide receiver screen, interior screen pass play so many times this season, no doubt, just basically doing what you have to do against a defense like that, which is stay at home in the middle of the field. Don't get sucked to the outside.
Lemke to kick. Received by number 23. That is Taulongo. And Kalongo gets out too close to the 50-yard line before being brought down by number 21, Kariente, and number 14, the punter, Kaulana Lemke.
You know, if you're Kauai, you have to feel you've gotten something of a moral victory, though. You've already kept Kahuku from getting on the scoreboard in the first half here, in the first quarter already. You know, on the boards now as we're into second quarter action at the moment. So they have to feel they've got something of a moral victory going here.
That punt for 32 yards and 29 yards on the return. Kahuku takes over from the I formation and whistles blow as soon as the snap is made. Ponciano Ahue, as you were saying, out in its rare starting position. Doing a pretty good job so far. However, not being able to put points up on the board.
Yeah, Kauai with just 6 yards on 3 rushes. While Kahuku at the same time rushing 11 times for 55 yards, although 61 passing yards for Kauai, while Kahuku with just 9 from the first quarter. And red zone chances, 0, 0, 0, 0 for both sides.
Kahuku 1st and 10. They hand the ball off to Naki. Naki fumbles the ball, picked up by number 68 for Kauai. That is Daryl Higashi, DJ Higashi. And Kauai takes over on downs on the fumble by Naki.
Yep, this is what Coach Siaki Levi said about sometimes they have problems executing plays against air. Dietrich Insurance replay, watch it here. Again, just a good defensive play coming in there, knocking the ball loose from Naki, and then the linebacker, they're just in excellent position to make the play for them.
That was Rodriguez on the hit, knocking the ball out of Naki's grasp. So Kauai takes over 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 10 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this first half of play. And Crowell now sending one of his receivers over to the far side. And it looked like a busted play for the most part. And Crowell had a receiver in number 9 on the far side. That's Lance Okazaki. And there's a late flag coming in here. Perhaps some extracurricular activity. And we'll go down to head referee Jim Beavers to see what the call is.
Okazaki that time had the first down yardage plus some. And
after the play, we have unnecessary roughness against the defense. 15 yards, first down.
Yeah, Okazaki that time possibly might have had himself the early and first score of the ball game.
And there's one of those big 15-yard penalties there, Alan, that Kahuku can't afford to make those kind of mistakes in a close game like this.
Yeah. You know, right now, like I said, it's the adrenaline rush that's carrying Kauai right now, and they're basically not letting themselves get down against this because they're finding ways to advance that ball.
5 penalties for 40 yards now for Kahuku. Crowell under center, trips to his left side, hands the ball off in the backfield to Alvinia. And Alvinia goes nowhere, loses a couple of yards on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 12 for the Kauai Red Raiders. Take a look at it again here, courtesy of Tanya Okas.
Yep, that time, again, Kauai just trying to bust something, trying to look for a big play. But occasionally in this kind of an offense, you need to run that ball to keep the middle of the defense interested in what's going on so that they don't start flowing to the outside and taking away your passing lanes to the outside.
Kauai doing a great job so far of mixing the plays up. Crowell rolls out to his left, looks for a receiver. He finds a receiver, number 21. That's Cariente. Cariente gets down to about the Kahuku 38-yard line, and that's right around the first down marker. They have not signaled if it's a first down yet or not.
Watch it here, courtesy Midas. Again, the up-down coverage, and Cariente just basically outrunning that double-team coverage to the outside.
So they're going to say he shorted the first down, bringing up 3rd down and less than 1. Crowell in the spread formation under center, and it's a quarterback sneak, and it'll appear as if Crowell has enough yards for the first down.
Yeah, Crowell that time almost took one step too many back there. Could have actually been hit for a loss. Quarterback sneak basically is something that, you know, that looks simple, and yet it is not.
And you're right, Al, because quarterback sneak, you can get a couple yards, or you can lose up as many as 3, 5, maybe more.
Yeah, basically what Joe Theismann said is that when he started playing quarterback position, you know, he always thought quarterback sneak, my goodness, you know, and he always tried to take more steps than he needed to.
Crowell drops back to pass. Looks like they're setting up a screen. Avinia with the ball, wrapped up by a host of Kahuku defenders, including number 97, Joseph Faifili.
Yeah, one thing with this Kahuku front line, as you watch it here, courtesy Price Busters, they react very well to what's going on out there. And the linebackers, the way they move over and help cover and the way they can pursue, you need to really be on your horse offensively to be able to get the blocks out there to make those plays work on situations, on screens like that to the outside.
Gain of 2 yards on that screen pass. 2nd down and 8 from the Kahuku 35-yard line. Crowell now in the shotgun formation. Looking to his right, looking for his receiver. And he has a receiver. That's number 2. And they're going to call that a catch inside the 10-yard line. Number 2, Justin Arakaki, one of their go-to guys, picks that ball up and takes it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that time Kauai High School lining up their receivers in a tandem formation on both sides to mix up the downfield coverage, and that allowed the receiver to get open. Watch here, Kersey, no foods. This comes down like a punt. But one-on-one coverage, and usually most times a good receiver can beat that, and that's what happens here.
And Arakaki doing a great job to pull that ball in. It's definitely not the best of passes that he's caught this season. Crowell lobs the ball up into the end zone and deflected away by the defender. That is number 9, Afalava.
Yeah, you have Arakaki. Like I said, we have Arakaki on one side, and then you have the other receiver on the other side, Cariente. And this time they're basically trying to give Arakaki the chance to try and come up with the scores. He comes up there, and that almost gets taken away. He almost has to play defensive back on that. Luckily, he didn't get intercepted. But still, you can see that what Kauai High School wants to do is get the receivers in one-on-one coverage, and they feel they have an advantage there, obviously.
So after that long 28-yard pass, it's going to be 2nd and goal. Ball's handed off to, that's number 21, Cariente. And Cariente ends up losing yardage, trying to make the most of it. Brought down by number 20 for Kahuku. That is Alpha Garrigan.
Watch it again here, courtesy Aloha Show You. This is just good pursuit. Taking good angles to the ball carrier and then coming up and making the stop there. At some point, if you're the runner, you have to be able to look and try and turn it up and try and get what yardage you can on the play, basically.
That's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. Looking into the eyes of Kekoa Crowell. Crowell now rolling out to the right side of the pass. He has time, and it looks like he's going to run. And he runs inside the 5 to the 4, getting out of bounds, avoiding the pursuit of Kahuku.
Now, big decision here. Did they go for the field goal? Or did they try to go on 4th down, try and get a touchdown here? Believe it or not, as early as this is in the ball game here with 6:12 to go in the 2nd quarter, this is a big decision, and I guess Kauai High School, no doubt here, they're going to go for a field goal.
I think Coach Morgado wants to put points on the board.
Yeah, this would give his team a big morale boost.
Kicking is number 86, Cody Kimura, and it's good. So Kimura kicks the field goal, putting them up on the board first, 3-0, with 6 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the half.
This, you know, you talk about soccer-style kicking. Well, that looked like a soccer kick. You know, from about 25 or so yards out. When you watch soccer, you know, when they have the corner, when they set up the corner kick to try and score on a goal.
Would like to thank you,
you know,
for your
of course, they've had the state soccer tournament down here
to be a
at Aloha Stadium, and that certainly looked like what that was. But if you're Kauai High School right now, you got to be feeling really, really high on that adrenaline rush at this point, because you're going up against a team that, you know, you have that a lot of people, myself included, probably more than half the people in the stadium at least, got to be saying, hey, these guys don't belong on the same field with us. But if you're Kauai High School, you're like, hey, you know what? We've dominated going back to the days of the Neighbor Island tournament playoffs. In fact, they've been the dominant team.
Receiving the kick is Nagari Kaura, and he gets out across the 50. Brought down by number 86, and that is Kimura, who just made that field goal. That last drive for Kauai, 10 plays on 59 yards, 21-yard field goal by Kimura. Kahuku now takes over from their own 49-yard line, and this just as well being Kauai in territory.
No secret about this. You can just see Ngatikara just gets up behind the blocking. Look at that. 1, 2. Then finally finds a crease and busts it to the outside.
Long pass now from Kahuku. Intended receiver out on that far left side is number 11. Their go-to guy. That's Spencer Hafoka. And Coach Levi now coming out with some fireworks of his own, trying to go along with Ponciano Ahui to Hafoka.
Yeah, he's trying to open up some space. Watch it here, Kersey, First Hawaiian Bank. He's trying to open up some space for that running attack of theirs to keep the defensive backs and the linebackers to the outside on their heels a little bit, feeling that Hafoka gives them a real advantage on the outside. But other than him, they don't really have anyone else to throw to.
Ball is handed off up the middle to the first man. I believe that's Naki. And Naki goes for maybe 1 yard out to the midfield stripe.
On the other side, if you're Kauai High School now, you've basically got, Kahuku bottled up as you watch the Verizon Hawaii replay here. Just good, nice quickness up front and just wrapping them up there and taking them down up front in Ngatikara.
Good job by Patrick Kua.
But at this point, if you're Kauai High School, you have to feel like you've got Kahuku on their heels at the moment.
And Naki again with the handoff, and he's going nowhere. And apparently the whistles were blown. We didn't hear anything from up here. And if it was very vague. Weston Victorino, the running back, makes a stop on their fullback, Sai Naki.
Well, usually whether it's 5 or 6 whistles or just one whistle, if the whistle blows and in the head referee's mind that was either his or one of his other players or one of his other officials on the field, then that basically is it. End of play, end of story.
Kahuku now 0-4 on third down conversions. Kovaka punched the ball, and that goes inside the 10 and sort of settles down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. Kauai is going to have a very long field against this very tough Kahuku defense.
And special teams can make all the difference in the world. You saw earlier how the Kahuku punt actually put Kauai High School in a good position to get their first score of the ball game, the field goal. In this situation, now you've got Kauai High School back against the shadow of the goalpost and their own goal line in that little 3-yard area. Not much for them to be able to do back there. So if you're the Kahuku defense, you got to be thinking, it's time to pin the ears back, come after these guys, and let's see if we can't turn the momentum of the ball game around.
Kahuku gonna try and put 2 points up on this board, make it a 1-point game.
Or more, maybe, if they can force a fumble.
Crowell under center, trips to his left side, rolls to the right. He's looking for a receiver in his own end zone, and he passes the ball, intended for number 3. That's Chad Lopez. And Lopez is out of bounds, incomplete pass. Bringing up second down and 10 from their own 3-yard line.
Yeah, they had a tower drag pattern out there with 2 receivers in the area both running parallel routes toward the sideline, and he basically had an option to go short or go long on that one and basically tried to go for the long one up there rather than simply work his way out of it, with a couple of downs instead.
Crowell now 8 for 16, 106 yards on the game, so a pretty impressive showing so far. His team up 3-0 with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. They hand the ball off to Elvina, and he goes nowhere. Gets back to maybe the 2-yard line. That's going to bring up 13-11 for Kauai.
Yeah, again, as I say, you need to, in this type of an offense, you need to run that ball up inside, even though you're going to get maybe 1, maybe 2 yards at most, in this offense, because you need to keep the attention of that front 4 focused to the middle so that you have a chance to exploit the outsides on your pass plays. And to keep the play action fake as a realistic option out there.
So Kauai now looking for yardage on third down. And if anything, to give their punter, Kaulana Lemke, a little bit more space. And it looks like they ran out of time. And this is going to push them back just a little bit further.
Prior to the snap, we have delay of game. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat, third down.
Now again, decision time for Kauai High School. What do they want to do here? Do they really want to try and attempt a punt in this kind of a short situation where you see the ball right there just outside the 1-yard line?
We have timeout,
that basically
Kauai.
means you've got only about 10 yards clearance for the punter to try and get the ball out. Or do you simply snap the ball out of the end zone, surrender to safety? You would still have a 1-point lead with about 3:41 remaining going into the locker room, which again would be something of a moral victory in a game where you were not expected, to keep it this close.
Well, then you can look at, on the other hand, there is no such thing as a safe lead against this Kahuku team.
No, but so far, Ponciano Ahue has had his problems in the passing game, as we have seen, but you have a feeling it's only a matter of time if Kahuku keeps pounding that ball up inside on Kauai, because we've seen that they've had, for the most part, a lot of success against that front line of Kauai High School with the Kahuku running attack up inside there. And you have to figure, sooner or later, they're probably going to come in around with Hafoka, and Hafoka's simply going to bust some 60-yard scoring run of some kind.
That's very true. Hafoka, a double threat, both with his legs and with his receiving ability.
But at the same time, you have to give it to Kauai High School. Again, they came inside here as big underdogs to Kahuku, and at the moment, they're leading 3-0 with 3:41 left to go till the half, Craig. And surprise, surprise, surprise. That's why you play the game.
Indeed, indeed. Kauai now, Crowell, he's going to run the ball. He gets out across the 5, gets out to about the 10. They're going to call him down at the 12, and he's only 1 yard shy of that first down. That's a gain of 10 yards.
Oh, he came so close on that one. That was a gutsy call, but now you put the onus on the defense, and we'll just have to see. Watch it here, Kersey Mountain do again. But this is just a good run by Crowell coming to the outside here. Oh, and I tell you, that teammate of his is going to feel that, because if he makes that block, possibly Crowell does have the first down.
So Kauai back to punt. Lemke into kicking duties, and he kicks it up, and that's a pretty short kick by any standards. However, it gets it out there. Kahuku will have a short field, and they take over at the Kauai 37-yard line.
Well, I think that time in Gatikara, given that he's broken so many big returns against Kauai High, that time they're wanting to, of course, make him chase that ball from sideline to sideline instead of just trying to kick it straight on and just trying to get it as deep as they possibly could. But still, as you say, Craig, short field here for the Kahuku offense, but they have struggled a little bit with that corral running back situation of theirs.
Ponciano Ahue under center. I formation, hands the ball off to, that is Vaimui.
Yeah, Vaimui at the line of scrimmage got himself a good block to the outside to open that hole. Watch it again here, courtesy All Sport. The body quencher. Again, you see Vaimui there. You see the seal block to the outside that opens that hole, and he just basically runs it up inside there.
Ponciano Ahue hands the ball off to number 27 in the backfield, Huddy. Huddy for a short gain of 2 yards, bringing up 3rd and 1 for the Kahuku Red Raiders.
First time I think you've called his name tonight, Craig. And Huddy usually is one of the top ground gainers for them. Watch it again here, courtesy Menehune Water Company replay. Huddy just trying to hopscotch his way along as he got tripped up in the backfield there. And just Kauai High School at the moment being able to go toe-to-toe with this Kahuku offense.
Silva now into the game for Kahuku, handing the ball off to Vaimui. Vaimui rumbling and stumbling his way inside the 20-yard line to the 18. First down for Kahuku.
Yeah, this young man brings a load. No two ways about it. Paya Vaimui, who's part of that Kahuku Corral, goes 5'11", 220. He's a senior. Look at him run that ball up inside there. Like I said, you can tell what they want to do with their quarterback situation being something of a question mark this evening with Carvalho on the bench, just wanting to pound it in there.
And we have a flag down on the field. We're going to see who it's on.
Prior to the snap, we have a false start lift on the offense, 5 yards. Repeat, first down.
So a false start penalty on Kahuku pushes them back 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the Kauai 23-yard line. 1 minute, 32 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Kauai up 3-0. Silva under center, hands the ball off to number 27. That's Huddy. Huddy finds room. He gets inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. That's going to bring up second down and 4.
Kahuku. Their second
Kahuku.
one.
And Kahuku calls their second timeout of the half with 1 minute and 14 seconds left to play. As we take a look at the display again, courtesy of Dietrich.
Yeah, Huddy that time just keeping his head up, just running up behind all that blocking of his up there in that sea of red, and just basically looking to try and bust something to the outside as he tried to slip out there.
And we take a look at it here, Al. The rain is coming down here in Halava, and the wind is kicking up. And this is football weather. All you need is some grass and some mud, and we'll have ourselves a good old ball game.
Well, you have grass, but it's artificial grass.
No mud on this field, Al.
No, just little black specks of plastic. Hey, this is the 21st century. What else did you expect, folks?
Kahuku, second down and 4 on their Kauai 12-yard line.
Of course, granted, we haven't been to Jupiter yet. Or at least nothing that the government is telling us. Ha, ha, ha.
Courtney Silva, number 16, under center, with the quarterbacking duties for Kahuku. Silva hands the ball off to Huddy. Huddy has room. He's looking for that end zone, and he can't quite find it. He's going to get to about the 2-yard line before being pushed out by a number of Kauai defenders, including that man, number 21, Kevin Cariente.
Yeah, Cariente getting it done on both sides of the field. But one thing, when you start to come out with something, and right there you see the block just taking the Kauai defender off his legs there and giving Huddy the room to run up inside and put that ball into serious scoring position here.
First and goal now for Kahuku from the 3-yard line. Power I formation. Silva under center, hands the ball off to Vaimui. Vaimui into the end zone, practically untouched. 6 points Kahuku.
Yeah, when you start settling down in your running attack as to who you're going to give the ball to out there, the running backs start to get a little more comfortable with what they're seeing defensively out there, and it just makes it that much easier for them to get a feel as to where to run it up into. Watch it here again, courtesy Midas, Vaimui's touchdown run. You can just see Kauai's defense up inside there just collapsed into the middle there, and just no help to the outside for them at all.
In to kick is number 6. That's Michael Tauia, and he hits the field goal. Extra point is good, so with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to play in this first half, Kahuku leads Kauai 7-3. That drive, 6 plays for 37 yards, taking 1 minute and 52 seconds off of the clock. Vaimui punching it in with a 3-yard run from scrimmage.
But again, minute 4 remaining in the first half, Craig. 7-3 difference with Kauai still within striking distance here. Like I said, if you're Kauai High School right now, if you're Coach Kili'i Morgado, you gotta be feeling pretty darn good about the situation. I'll tell you what, rather than being happy on the Kahuku sideline, it has to be more a feeling of relief than, wow, we finally got something in there. Thank goodness.
Also on the Kauai sideline, they know they've been up in this game, and they like that feeling. They want to get that back at any means necessary. Kauvaka kicks the ball off. Receiving the ball is number 21. That's Cariente. Cariente finds some room. He gets out to the 40-yard line before being brought down by 4 Kahuku red jerseys. On the bottom of that Kahuku pile is number 3, Luis Felesi.
Yeah, what made that possible was the fact that the Kahuku coverage got drawn in. Watch Price Busters. Their initial front line of the kick coverage all gets drawn in here. And just good, look at that. Look at that blocking. Right? He just slips out of there. And then just good turnaround pursuit by the kick coverage, but not until Cariente's got it up over the 40.
Under a minute now, Kauai takes over. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Crowell under center. Trips to his right side. Rolls out to his right, looking for a receiver. Trying to find somebody, can't find anybody, and he just throws his ball away, which is more than likely a wise decision. However, we do have a flag down on the field.
This may be against Kauai High School for some kind of a blocking. No.
Looks like it might be an ineligible man downfield there, Al.
Yeah, that can happen in situations like this where a quarterback takes more than X number of seconds to throw the ball downfield. Somebody steps over that's not supposed to, and regardless whether they're part of the pass play or not.
We have an ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. Decline. Second down.
So the penalty declined by Kahuku, bringing up second down and 10 from the 41-yard line.
Yeah, this offense basically designed to get the ball away in a 3 to 5 second area. Any longer than that, and you can risk those kinds of penalties.
Kroll under center, man in motion to his right side. Kroll throws the ball, intended for number 10, that's Matthew Buza, and Buza takes a lick from number 9, Al Afalava, 5'11", 175-pound junior.
Yeah, people might remember that the Afalawa family has been connected with Kahuku Athletics for quite a number of years. Watch it again here, courtesy No Foods. What you don't see in this is how Afalawa actually powered through the block. There, you see right there. The young man in front of him, I believe that is number 2 of Kauai High, Justin Arakaki, goes through Arakaki to make that stop.
Kroll in the shotgun. It looks like they wanted to run the screen, but Kahuku sees it forming, intercepted on the play, and that's the man that just put that hit on Buza, Afalava.
Yep, he's definitely an Afalava, all right.
So that interception gives Kahuku the ball in great field position again, Al.
Pepsi, the joy of cola. Look at that little hit and the pressure. That's basically how you play that screen situation. Afalava, of course, the young man assigned to watch the movements of a quarterback Crowell there, and that's exactly how you play that. You stay at home, you stay with the receiver, and you watch the quarterback.
Silva under center, throwing the ball long, has the receiver open, quickly covered up. That's number 80 for Kahuku. And I believe that is Kenneth Wilcox. There is a flag down on the turf, however.
Yeah, Wilcox at that time, I think, gave up on that pattern just a tad too early because Silva apparently wanted to go downfield with this. And Wilcox apparently broke off the pattern and was going toward the sideline instead.
Head referee Jim Beavers with the call on the field.
Illegal procedure. On the offense, 5 yards. Repeating, first down.
Still good defense on that by Kauai High School. They almost had a chance at a pickoff on that one, actually. They're showing good communication on defense back there.
Silva drops back the pass. He's looking for a receiver and didn't really have anybody. Went back to the well with Wilcox there. There on the play to defense is number 2, Justin Arakaki, breaking the ball up, bringing up second down and 15 for Kahuku.
Yeah, watch this again, courtesy Aloha Show You. This comes pretty close to another interception possibility for Kauai High School. Look at that, right there. There's the Kahuku receiver there. Wilcox had to actually play defensive back there.
So 26 seconds now left in the first half of play. Kahuku leading 7-3. On the draw play, that's the big man in the backfield, Naki.
We have timeout.
He gets to the 33-yard line, and Kahuku calls a timeout.
Now watch it again here, courtesy of the state football championships. You see Naki just powering his way up there again. Nothing fancy about this. Kahuku just basically wants to try and wear down Kauai's defense as much as possible. So far, they're kind of struggling at times that the execution as Coach Siaki Levi there just isn't there at times. So hard to do when you're talking about 16, 17-year-old high school students, in essence, playing this game. And certainly, without a doubt, in this era, of course, concentration, focus are things that I think in some ways are probably almost alien to them. You know, it's something you really have to work on at this level, and so you have to basically constantly have to try and drill it into them. And certainly, without a doubt, Kali'i Morgado, so far having been very successful this season, trying to, you know, getting his team to buy into the system and to the change, because he says, you know, their feeder situation, of course, is the Pop Warner football organization, and they basically do things a lot differently.
Silva drops back to pass. He wants he's looking for somebody. He can't find Hofoka over the middle. Hofoka was triple teamed, quadruple teamed, and Silva just getting that ball away before being hit.
Quintuple team, 5 guys in the area all around Hofoka. So it's not as if they don't know about it. You know, one of the things that's always been a drawback, perhaps, that some people have felt about Neighbor Island football is they tend to lack the knowledge or the sophistication to play the Oahu teams, because they have so much more going for them technology-wise in terms of television and media.
4th and 7, 10 seconds left now. Silva going long. They want it all. They can't find it. Incomplete pass, and Kauai is going to have the ball with 6 seconds remaining left in the half. And ideally, you'd like to get points on the board, but I think Coach Morgado is probably just going to sit on it here. We'll take a look at this play again, courtesy of First Hawaiian Bank.
Yeah, I believe this was Caliente defending on this, too. And again, this ball slightly underthrown. Watch here at the end. Yeah, if number 4, I believe that's Bracewell for Kahuku, had held on to that, because he had a chance, because that went through Caliente's hands. That actually could have been an interception for the Kauai Red Raiders. Kauai's Red Raiders, we should mention.
So Kroll takes a knee, and that's going to end the second quarter and the first half of play. Kahuku getting on the board late, but they are up 7-3. And going into the locker room, Kauai, as you've been saying, can breathe a sigh of relief, seeing as they're not being blown out at this point in the game. However, they are still down. They still got to come back, and they want a victory here. They didn't travel all the way from Kauai for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about a sigh of relief. Actually, the sigh of relief should be Coach Siaki Levi, that they managed to get at least a touchdown in this particular half of the ball game and lead 7-3 at this point, because at times, you know, given what we saw, it could have very easily been the other way around.
Indeed. So at halftime here, Kahuku leads Kauai 7-3. For Floor Director Jim Oshiro and Al Murakami, I'm Craig Garcia. Stay with us. Second half action coming up. You're watching the Hawaii High School Athletic Association 2003 Division I State Football Tournament game. This is Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports.
Welcome back with more Aloha Stadium Stars action. I'm Mike Nelson along with Mike Bazell. Third quarter action about to get underway in tonight's Hawaii High School Athletic Association 2003 Division I State Football Tournament game. The Kahuku Red Raiders leads the Kauai Red Raiders 7-3. And Mike, we had a very good first half there by Kauai. Maybe Kahuku may not like it, but Kauai held him to 7 points.
I think Kauai came out and surprised a lot of people. Talking to people outside the stadium as they were entering and whatnot, a lot of them said Kahuku should walk away with this one. And Kauai came in with an idea that they're going to pull an upset, and they're looking tough. They're looking good. They're actually leading in time of possession after the end of the first half, 12 minutes and 46 seconds to Kahuku's 11 minutes and 14 seconds. And of course, their passing game with Keikoa Crowell has 97 yards to Kahuku's 9 yards passing. He's done an excellent job also running the football, carrying it for 20 yards. So Kauai has come in with that spread their run and shoot style offense against the Kahuku Red Raiders. And Kahuku, of course, their running game, they don't have their starting quarterback, Carvalho, playing tonight. They've used 2 quarterbacks in Ponciano Ahui and Courtney Silva. And Kauai has pretty much played good top defense, stopping the Kahuku running game pretty much, except for towards the ending of the first half of play.
First half of play, that's when Kahuku did score their 7 points on a 3-yard run by Paea Vaimui. He made it 7-3. Earlier in the second quarter for Kauai, Cody Kimura kicked a 3-yard field goal to lead 3-0. And of course that touchdown we mentioned by Kahuku made it 7-3. That's where we stand at this point in time in this quarterfinal state game.
I'm definitely looking for a very exciting second half as they get prepared to kick this one off. And we'll see how this one goes.
We will indeed see how it goes. Kauai in the white uniforms will be kicking off to Kahuku. That's Cody Kimura, once again, the individual who kicked that field goal, 21 yards for the Red Raiders. And here we go, starting second half action. Nice end over end kick. That's brought at the 5-yard line. Brought up the middle by Jacob Lafau. Lafau still on his feet and was finally brought down by Alan Sata of the Kauai Red Raiders. It's going to be a little confusing. We may say Red Raiders, but we'll try to differentiate between the two of them.
That was a nice run back there as you watch it on the replay. Jacob Lafau grabbing it from the 5-yard line, following his blockers, getting good blocking up front, picking up 29 yards before finally being brought down by Alan Sata of Kauai.
1st and 10. It's Courtney Silva at quarterback. He hands off to Paea Vaimui, the man who scored the lone touchdown for Kahuku. And bringing him on a stop for Kauai is Patrick Kua.
Here it is in the first Hawaii replay. Just a straight handoff up the middle, but being stuffed by Kauai. And here it was Ikaika Vaimua for his 4th assisted tackle.
No gain on a carry. This time the ball goes to Dustin Huddy, one of the many running backs Kahuku has used throughout the season. Huddy gets maybe 3 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down situation for the Kahuku Red Raiders.
No, this Kauai defense has just been playing a solid football game. And leading in the first half with tackles was number 42, Bria Rodriguez. 4 solo tackles, 1 assisted for 5 total tackles. It's really shut down this Kahuku team heading that defense.
They have to get to their own 49-yard line for a 1st down. There was a pass play to the right side that was intended for Sainaki, and there's a flare up in the air.
I believe it's going to be roughing the quarterback call. Late hit on the quarterback.
Roughing the passer on the defense, 15 yards, automatic 1st down.
Looks like you're right, Mike. Head ref Jim Beavers just told us what that call was all about, and Kauai is very upset with that call.
They sure are, because they would have had Kahuku backed up for a 4th down.
That ball goes all the way across into Kauai territory at the Kauai 42-yard line. 1st down for the Red Raiders of Kahuku. Handoff up the middle. Once again, that's Dustin Huddy. Dustin gets about 7 yards.
Let's watch this on the Verizon Hawaii replay. Dustin Huddy, probably one of the faster backs that Kahuku has, hits the hole, good blocking up front before finally brought down by Aaron Raka, 5'11", 210-pound senior for Kauai.
2nd down and 3 to go for a 1st down for Kahuku. Handoff again to Huddy, hits to right side, gets a hole and gets a 1st down, gets down to about the 29-yard line of Kauai. It looks like he's brought down by Justin Kashiwabara.
This is brought to you by Royal Adventure Travel. This is a off-tackle run by Huddy. Following his blockers, finds a hole, breaks it through before being brought down by Kashiwabara.
1st and 10 on 29. It's a pass play over the middle. Catching the ball is Frank Bracewell. Big gain and a 1st down for the Kahuku Red Raiders.
Let's watch this in a Mountain Dew after run. All this is a quick slant right over the middle. Wide open is Bracewell. And he picks up good yardage down inside the 10, down all the way to the 8-yard line for a 1st down.
A 21-yard gain. Kahuku knocking on the Kauai Red Raiders' doorstep. There's a handoff to the right side. This one gets the ball. 32 by Aomamui. The man scored the 1st touchdown. Now he's got a 2nd arms racer.
Let's watch this on the Mountain Dew replay. It's a Connor, fakes to the left, goes to the right. And big size for a big size man. He's got good speed, just powers his way across the goal line for a touchdown.
Now let's see what the extra point will do. Kicking the extra point is Michael Tua. Morning Chico Ramirez to kick us up, and the kick is good. And the Red Raiders of Kahuku beat the Red Raiders of Kauai 14-3.
Outstanding drive by Kahuku. Let's watch the touchdown replay once again from a different angle. Brought to you by Mini Hootie Water. Handoff is to Naki. Naki just using his good power to get across the goal line. In for the touchdown. 14-3 Kahuku. 3rd period of play.
That drive 6 plays on 61 yards on a Vaimu 8-yard TD run.
Of course, the big play was that 21-yard pass to Blackwell, setting it all up.
Okay, Mike, we've got to see how Kauai reacts to this. They're down 14-3.
With 9:22 to play here in the 3rd period.
It's a kickoff over the middle, a little in kick. Picking out the ball is number 21 for the Kauai Red Raiders, Kevin Candiente. It's a few yards and pretty good field position for the Kauai Red Raiders at their own 32-yard line.
Kauai will start off in decent field position from the 32. Now, this team has come out earlier in the game. They've been able to move the ball pretty well. Crowell, 9 of 20 passing, 1 picked off for 97 yards.
That's Kekoa Crow. He's been their quarterback all season long, a junior. He'll be back next year. There's a throw to the side intended for Garen Itamura, but he couldn't hold on to it. It's going to bring up a 2nd down.
Let's watch this on a Jiffy Lube replay as Kroll takes a quick 2-step drop, throws it out a little high and through the hands of Itamura. Perhaps he heard the galloping stampede of 3 Kahuku Red Raiders coming at him. Took his concentration off the ball.
There's a pitch out to the right side. Weston Victor Torino got a few yards, but not very many. Good rush by the Kahuku defense on that play.
This is an excellent play by the outside linebacker, Walker Vave, number 42. Look at his position, just pursuing the outside. And also on the tackle was number 87, Albert Letoa.
Another man, number 91, BJ Beatty, in on to thwart that play a lot when he came through the line. It's now 3rd and 9. Ball on the Kauai 33-yard line. Crow throws the ball, incomplete, well over the hands of Justin Arakaki, the intended receiver.
What made that play so outstanding for Kahuku was the rush from Soshie Yamauchi, 6'2", 225-pound senior. Let's watch it here on a replay as Crowell rolls to his left. As he looks, there was Yamauchi right in his face. Had to get rid of it a lot earlier than he wanted to.
That's why the play went incomplete. They'll have to punt the ball. Getting the punt for Kahuku. Down the sidelines he runs. It's Toriano Talago, and he goes all the way for an arms raiser. I believe that's about 63 yards or close thereafter.
About 60. Oh, what a play. That just opened this ball game way up. Let's watch this back again on a Price Buster replay. 60, maybe 59-yard return by Torino Taologa, 5'10", 167-pound senior. As he slows down, I like that. Slows down, waits for his blocks, and the field will open up and runs it in. Touchdown, Kahuku, 20-3, Kahuku Red Raiders.
So Michael Tuya will kick the extra point. It's up and hits the crossbar, and it bounces back. So there will not be an extra point on this touchdown. But nonetheless, that ups the score to the Kahuku Red Raiders 20 and the Kauai Red Raiders 3 at 8:10 to go here in the third period.
Special teams play always. Big one. Let's watch this on No Foods replay as Taologa brings it back 59 yards. Watch him slow down, let his blockers take control. Right here, slows down, lets his blockers open up the field for him. And all the way in, touchdown. Kahuku 20-3 now with 8:10 to play here in the third quarter of play.
So it started out as a very good beginning for Kauai, is slowly disappearing right here. Very quickly disappearing here.
Well, 3 minutes.
Touchdowns very quickly here by Kahuku.
3 minutes, 50 seconds to be exact. 2 touchdowns.
There's a kickoff, a small one over the middle. Once again, bringing it up for the Kauai Red Raiders. That's a Kevin Cadiente again. Gets a few yards. Gets up to about their own 34-yard line.
Let's see what Kauai's run and shoot offense can do here. Let's watch the kickoff return brought to you by the Joy of Cola replay. This one being brought back by Kevin Candienti. Staying on his feet after that first hit, finally brought down by number 17. We have 2 17s on Kahuku's roster.
Parole on that handoff. Not sure what happened on that play. Kahuku in there very quickly. And apparently he got a handoff to Cadiente on that play, but Kahuku was very quickly in on that stop.
Let's watch this on our Loa Shoyo replay. Kahuku is very tough to run up the middle. Inside, the defensive tackles are just tough. 97, 94, Joseph Faifili and Aaron Manumaluena, 2 big defensive tackles that just
he almost handed that off to a red uniform. Very closely, yeah. They lost 3 yards. 2nd and 13. Ball on their own 30-yard line. Kauai trying to come back in the game. And we have some flares on the field. You know, those little yellow flags that go up and down?
Prior to the snap, delay of game. 5 yards, repeat, 2nd down.
And head ref Jim Beaver says that's a delay of game, and you're going to have to march backwards some more.
Sure ain't going to help Kauai much. If I'm not mistaken, Kauai actually led that.
2nd and 18 pass over the middle. That is picked off by Kahuku. That's Alpha Garrigan. Alpha gets all the way down to about the Kauai 13-yard line. And we have a flare on the field. I think that came after the interception. Let's see.
I believe so also. I was going to say just before the play started, Kauai actually led.
After the change in duty return, block in the back against Kahuku, 10 yards. First out, Kahuku.
Legal push in the back, but Kahuku will keep the football.
Here as you watch the replay, Crow drops back to pass, looking for his receiver. Number 20 playing center field, Alpha Carrigan just strips it right out of the air, brings it back, 1st and 10 Kahuku.
A 28-yard return on an interception. There's a fake play action, a pass intended for Spencer Hafoka. That was broken up nicely by the defenders of Kauai.
This is a pretty nice place. Play action fake at the line. Freeze the linebackers. Let's watch this in a First Hawaiian Bank replay. Watch this play action fake. Beautiful fake by Silva as he lets it fly to the end zone. Looking for Hafuku is being double covered.
Came close to actually receiving it at the end there. Handoff up the middle. That's by Mui again. And he doesn't get very much on this play.
Kauai's front four has been playing a pretty good ball game. Let's watch this in a Royal Adventure Travel. What is a off tackle run by Mui, and gang tackling by Kauai.
Ran right into Ivan Kuapahi. He got 1 yard, 3rd and 9, ball on the Kauai 29-yard line. There's a pass to the right side intended. I believe that's Tavita Finau. That pass was a little overthrown, going to bring up a 4th down.
Almost picked off by number 2, Justin Arakaki, a 5'7", 155-pound senior. Let's watch this on Mountain Dew replay. Silva with a lot of time, looking for an open receiver. As he throws it, overthrows his receiver, and Arakaki almost came up with that one. But of course, the ball hitting the ground, pass is incomplete.
They have to get to the Kauai 18-yard line for a 1st down. It's a 4th down now. Silva running with the ball, and he gets decked. Close to the 1st down. Matter of fact, I think he did get a 1st down.
I'm pretty sure they're going to give it to him. Look like he's down to almost the 12. 17, I'm sorry.
It's close, but they gave it to him.
Let's watch this in a Mini Huni Water Company replay. This is all Silva. Silva rolls, nobody open, getting pressured from number 22. Victorino on the inside. Still looking, keeping his eyes, waiting for his blocker to throw that block so he can get that 1st down. Gets it, 1st and 10 Kahuku.
6 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Fake up the middle, pitch out to Dustin Huddy. He's tackled pretty quickly there by the Kauai Red Raiders.
Once again, up on that good play by Justin Arakaki, taking that pitch man like he's supposed to, the defensive back. Let's watch it on Jiffy Lube replay. This is an option run. Silva pitches it back to Huddy. A nice play by number 2, Justin Arakaki, who played the pitch man just like he's supposed to.
Got 1 yard, 2nd and 9 to go. Ball on the Kauai 17-yard line. Up the middle. Once again, that's by Mui, and he gets close to a 1st down. He may have it. A 9-yard run.
Let's watch this on a Dietrich Insurance replay. Kauai comes with a blitz from the left outside, and the run goes to the opposite side of the field. Good pickup, very close to the 1st down. They call it, mark it short, 3rd and about 1.
DJ Higashi on a stop for Kauai. Now we have whistles.
Kauai.
And a timeout called by Kauai. That's their first timeout of the half. They have 2 left now in the game. With a 3rd and 1 to go for Kauai for Kahuku, sorry about that, on the Kauai 9-yard line with 4:45 to go here. Kahuku on top, 20-3.
Good look at the crowd. Beautiful night tonight here at Aloha Stadium. Nice and cool.
It was raining earlier, but it's held off. And it's really nice right now. Fans loving it.
And of course, Kahuku loving it even better. And now 20-3 lead.
Kahuku, of course, comes into this game number 1. They're 11-0. They struggled in the OIA championship game, getting that tip pass at the last second and beating Kailua 6-0. And some people kind of put red flags up in the air, you know.
I tell you what, that was probably the best game I've seen all season, that Kahuku Kailua game. That was a very exciting football game. This one is pretty good too. Kauai staying with them, fighting them hard, coming all the way from a neighbor island.
Well, they defeated Waimea 20-13 in their last encounter with them. And they are the champions of the KIF. There's a handoff up the middle for the Red Raiders of Kahuku. Dustin Huddy, he's close to the goal line, but is short. Making a stop for Kauai, that's Alohi Costa.
Let's watch this on Tanioka replay. There's Huddy following his big black back, number 28 through the hole, and that's Sai Naki. Is opening it up. Big play, 1st and goal.
1st and goal on a 2-yard line. Up the middle again. That is Faimui. He got 1 yard.
Let's watch this on a Midas replay. Hand off to Vaimui, and he gets tripped up in the backfield, actually, falling forward for that 1 yard. We have a penalty flag.
Have a flag down.
Prior to the snap, false start by the offense. 5 yards, repeat, 2nd down.
Illegal procedure against the Red Raiders of Kahuku. That steps him back all the way back to 6-yard line now. 2nd and goal to go. Ball now on the 6. Silva hands up the middle. That's Huddy again. Huddy gets maybe a yard. He is stranglehold. Or should I say strangle-held by Kauai on that play. Nice. Preston Val Moha in on the stop for Kauai.
Nice play there by Preston Valmoa. Inside linebackers. We watch this brought to you by Price Busters. Straight handoff up the middle to Huddy. Watch that hit. Nice stuff.
So it brings up a 3rd and goal. Ball on the 5. Again, that's... Well, I thought that was Huddy. That is not Huddy. That is Manu Iganakau. Did I get that right? Please pronounce that for me.
Ingat Ikara.
There we go. Thank you. I
knew nice handoff to Ingat Ikara. Stuffed there by Itamura, preventing that touchdown down to the 1 yard line, and it's 4th and 1.
4th and goal. Ball on the 1 yard line. Can Kauai stop Kahuku? No, they don't. And who else did he give the ball to get the arms raiser? And it's Faimui. That's his 3rd touchdown.
Well, why not go to your best back when you got to do it? Let's watch this on the Joy of Cola replay. Oh, this is a dive right over the middle. See the offensive line just pancake that defensive line. He didn't have to jump too high. He was over that and into the end zone. 6 points. Kahuku, they now lead 26-3. And they're going for 2.
Trying to make up for that missed kick. Huddy up the middle, they get it. They get the 2 points. That will make the score The Kahuku Red Raiders 28. The Kauai Red Raiders 3 at 2:19 to go here in the third period.
Oh, what? Let's watch this touchdown dive by. Oh, this is the 2-point conversion by Huddy. You seen that? The whole line. What a hole. He could have drove a bus through that hole. Man, that hole is so big. Of course, the Kahuku cheerleaders celebrating their 28-3 lead here in the third period. And we're going to watch the touchdown run now by Vaimui, his third touchdown of the night. Simple dive there. Look at the way that offensive line just leveled Kauai's defensive line in for the touchdown.
Drive 11 plays, 28 yards, and Vaimui touchdown, 1-yard plunge. There's the kickoff to Kauai. That ball goes out of bounds.
That's a big mistake there by the Kauai man. He should have let that ball roll out of bounds instead of catching it and going out of bounds.
Sure was. It's going to put them back at about the 7-8 yard line, their own 7-8 yard line.
Let's watch this in the Verizon Hawaii replay. Now, if he would have let this ball go, they would have had the ball out at the 35 instead of at the 7-yard line where he caught it and went out of bounds.
His momentum just carried him out.
Just the excitement of a state championship playoff game. And Kauai hasn't been here in a very long time.
We have a different quarterback. We got Kaulana Lemke now in there for the Red Raiders of Kauai. So he's a new guy. He's a 180-pound senior, and he hands off up the middle to Dominic Nico Alvinia, 160-pound junior. Gets a few yards, not much. He's brought down by Manu Kotobalalabu.
You know, I'm impressed with this. As we watch the replay, this Kauai team, look down the roster, majority of them is juniors. Can you imagine what that's going to bring to them next season?
That's true, and many of them play both ways, which sometimes comes into play in these playoff games.
Well, especially when you have 40-man roster.
Yeah, he did not get any gain on that play. 2nd and 10, ball still on the Kauai Red Raiders 7-yard line. Lemke looking to throw, flings it to the sidelines, and it's well over the intended receiver, Alan Sata.
This ball looked like it sailed on him, actually. Trying to throw it on the run.
You know, this is the debut for Kauai. They've never been in a state tournament in the 4 or 5 years it's been going.
Of course, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the last time they won the Kauai title was about 11 years ago.
They've had their problems with Waimea, and they've conquered it. This year they beat Waimea several, at least twice, and that's what they've overcome to win the KIF. It's 3rd and 10. Pass down the middle, and that is intercepted by number 4 for the Kahuku Red Raiders. That's Frank Bracewell. And Frank goes all the way down to the Kauai 5-yard line.
Let me correct you there. Actually, it was Al Afalava, number 9, picking that one off. Let's watch this in a Mountain Dew replay. His jersey was a little screwed up. It's hard to read his number there. I picked it up at the end. And let's see this. Just plain center field, picking it off.
Yeah, it looks like a number 4. That is a number 9. It sure is.
Bringing it all the way back into the red zone, down to about the 5-yard line. Inside the 5, they marked it to the 4. Kahuku driving once again.
1:39 to go here in the third period. Kahuku on top 28-3 and threatening to score once again. 1st and goal, ball on the 4-yard line. That was Bronson Ponciano Ahui carrying the ball in, 4 yards for the Red Raiders of Kahuku. Arms-raising touchdown.
Let's watch this on an all-sport as Ponciano Ahui comes in at the quarterback position. And all this is quarterback keeper all the way. Good blocking up front. Touchdown Kahuku. 34-3 now. They've taken the lead and they go for the extra point.
Michael Tuuia kicks it, and he does not get that ball off.
Actually, it was blocked.
Yeah. Maybe we can see later who blocked it, but that kick never had a chance.
Let's watch it again on the Minihuni Water Company replay. Here's the extra point attempt.
Looks like he may have just kept the ball, or he didn't actually kick it.
He didn't kick it.
He never kicked it.
He never got it.
He never kicked the ball. The holder, that's...
Ponciano Ahui.
Yeah, he held on to it. And he tried to kick Ponson, but Ponson was holding on to the ball, and they can't kick Ponson. So that last drive, one play, 5 yards by Ahui on that Kahuku TD. Making our score 34-3, Red Raiders. And what was a close game has now been blown open.
Well, they're not number one in the state for nothing.
42-7, their average in wins this year. They're showing it right now. But you got to give Kauai a lot of credit. They hung in there as long as they could. There's a kickoff, fielded at the 15-yard line. Running down the sidelines, that is, once again, Kevin Candienti. Kevin makes a good return.
Here we see the kick return by Candienti on a run, takes it. Nice fake, nice juke there. Get away and pick up good yardage before being pushed out of bounds. At the 35-yard line, 36, where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Now we have the same quarterback that came in on last series, again, Kaulana Lemke. There's 3 receivers out on this side, 1 on the other side, 1 lone back. Hands off to the lone back. That was Nico Lavinia again. Nico gets a few yards. He gets about 5 maybe.
Let's watch this on a Tanioka Seafood Catering. This is a delay. Handoff to the halfback. And kind of frees the linebackers a bit. He had a good hole. Picking up, if I'm not mistaken, probably their biggest gain on the ground this game.
55 seconds to go here in the 3rd period. Lemke. A little movement there, and we got whistles.
Prior to the snap, delay a game in the offense. Replay, 2nd down.
Actually, there was no movement, just a delay a game by the Red Raiders. That must be Coach Kalihi Morgado. Done an outstanding job over there in Kauai. Going 0-8 3 years ago, 2-6 2 years ago, 3-4 last year, and 5-3 this year. Steady improvement.
Excellent improvement. Bringing his team, getting them into the state championship tournament.
Ball on the Kauai 36-yard line. Lemke running to his right. Throws on the run down the middle. That's short of his intended receiver, which is Garen Itamura.
Let's watch this on a Midas replay. Good rush up front by the number 59 of Kahuku. That's Herman Matthews. Causing Lemke to roll to his right and actually throw that ball. He wasn't even set. And ball, of course, thrown short. Falling incomplete, bringing up 3rd down.
Got to have a strong arm to throw it while you're on the run like that. 40 seconds to go now. 3rd and 10 for the Red Raiders of Kauai. Lemke running all over the place. Very desperate there to get the ball off, and finally did. Was intended receiver. I didn't see intended receiver, but it was well short.
Let's look at this at Price Busters. Looked like maybe they were setting up a screen pass as Lemke dropped back. He had all kind of Red Raiders in there. Just gets rid of the ball. Luckily, he was out of the tackles and falls incomplete.
Yeah, nobody around in a white jersey on that one.
Nobody at all.
So Kauai will have to punt the ball. An 18-yard kick brought back about 4 yards by Paula Purcell for the Red Raiders of Kahuku. And they're in Kauai territory.
Let's watch this on No Foods of Hawaii replay. Hands up by number 33 for Kahuku on this play. The kick is shanked to his side. Actually hits number 1. Picked it up. He actually...
He could have turned around and caught that. Who knows, you know?
He might have been gone.
Yeah. It went over to 10 yards.
Because the defense pursuit was way downfield already, past that.
Some discussion on the field right now. There's a flag down.
Listen to Jim Beavers.
We have kick catching interference on Kauai. Decline, first down.
Apparently that play was not to be. You know, interference of some sort. Kahuku will get the ball at the 47-yard line of Kauai. Penalty was declined by the Red Raiders of Kahuku. Handoff up the middle by the quarterback Ahui again. And running the ball is Simoti Vea.
You know, this is what makes Kahuku so tough. They use like 7-8 backs a game, and they keep getting fresh legs in there. They just keep pounding away. And of course, playing a team with only 40 players on the whole roster, just the defense gets tired after a while.
That's the end of the third quarter.
That will do it for the third period. The time has run out. We've got one more period to go. With our score, the Kahuku Red Raiders 34 to Kauai Red Raiders 3. We're going to take a little break. Back at Aloha Stadium, Mike Nelson with Mike Bazell. With our score, as mentioned earlier, 34-3. Kahuku on top of Kauai here in the state quarterfinals for 2003. We're going to start a new period here. Kahuku has the ball on the Kauai 42-yard line. And there's their quarterback. That's Bronson Ponciano Ahui, and he throws it to the left side, and it's dropped by Ikaika Woolsey. A 5'11", 155-pound senior. Should have had that one.
And definitely, yes, he should have had it. Let's watch this on the Aloha Shoyo replay. As Ponciano Ahui drops back, throws it out there in his hands, juggles it, and drops to the ground, incomplete by Woolsey.
3rd and 5 in the I formation. Kahuku. Play action fake, pass over the middle, and another one that's dropped. Filiami Tellini this time, and he should have had that one.
Right in his hands. Let's watch this on the replay. Zahui drops back to pass. Good fake up front. Good time to throw. Nice blocking up front and
just nice execution except for the catch that never came.
He was open.
Brings up a 4th and 5. They will go for it. They're in Kauai territory. Fake handoff and keeping the ball. Ahui bounces off some tacklers. Now he pitches back to Dustin Huddy, and he races all the way in for a touchdown.
Oh my, 42-yard run. Here's the replay, First Hawaiian Bank. fakes the first man. Ponciano keeping it, bounces off the tackler there, staying with it. Pitches it back to Huddy as he's getting ready to get hit. And Huddy brings it the rest of the way. Touchdown Kahuku. 40-3 now here in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Michael Tua again with the extra point. Puts a .com on that one. Yes, he does. Makes our score Kahuku 41, Kauai 3. 4 plays, 47 yards, a 42-yard TD run by Destin Huddy with a little assist from Hui.
Here's another look at that touchdown brought to you by Verizon Hawaii from another angle. Watch the blocking up front to break Hui into the secondary. Bounces off that tackle. And as he gets ready to get hit, he pitches it back to Huddy, who's trailing on the play. Carries it the rest of the way. Touchdown, Kahuku.
The touchdown game came with 11:41 to go here in the fourth period. And the Kahuku cheerleaders are doing a lot of somersaults celebrating their 41st point.
You know, I gotta mention something here. Kahuku in the third period of play, 88 yards to Kauai's 2.
I don't think Kauai ever got into Kahuku territory, in fact.
2 yards. That's all they had.
2 yards they'll never get into anybody's territory with that type of statistics. And that's what hurt them so far in this game, and that's why the score is 41-3.
Of course, the 2 interceptions didn't help them either.
No, those didn't help either, yeah. Some big plays and returns and whatnot. There's the kickoff. That one goes out of bounds. No one touches that.
I'm sure when he had that happen to him the last time on a kickoff, his coach probably gave him an earful.
He said, stay away from the ball if it gets near the sideline like that. And we have a flare on the field. Jim Beavers.
Illegal procedure, free kick out of bounds against the kicking team. Declined. The ball will be placed on the 35, first down, Kauai.
When a ball went out of bounds, it simply means Kauai gets better field position.
Kahuku at the end of the third period, 185 yards on the ground. Amazing.
Ball on the, I'm sorry, ball on the 35-yard line. Kauai, a pass to left side intended for Tomasai Fuller.
And Lemke getting his turn to shine a little here for Kauai. The pressure from the Red Raiders, just from Kahuku, just giving them pressure and play after play.
Kauai wants to get down the field, score. We have Neighbor Island Pride on the line here. Let's see what they do. 2nd and 10. One back. He has 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Handoff up the middle. And that was Paulo Purcell with the ball. He got a few yards, but not a whole lot.
Prior to the snap, delay a game against Kauai, 5 yards.
It may not make any difference. It was delay a game against Kauai. That brings the ball back to their own 30-yard line. 2nd and 15.
Just to let you know, right now it's running time because of the score difference, 38 points.
Mercy rule. Only a timeout can stop it. Looks like we had an offsides there. Looks like number 41 came across the line.
Prior
Joshua
to the snap,
Wiley.
encroachment by the defense, 5 yards. Repeat, 2nd down.
For Kahuku.
Encroachment on Kahuku. Give Kauai 5 yards back. Bring it to 2nd and 10.
So to get that 5 yards back, that's correct. So the mercy rule must be in effect right now. If they're ahead by 35 points, it's running time. If it goes below 35 points, it'll go back to regular football. Lemke on the run, passes well over the head of number 9, Lance Okasaki.
Let's watch this on a Mountain Dew replay. Lemke looking for his receiver downfield. Getting good time there for a while before getting pressured. Couldn't find anybody open. Throws it high, deep, nobody around, falls incomplete. Bringing up 3rd and 10 for Kauai.
Clock continuing to run, 9:27 to go. 3rd and 10. Ball still on the Kauai 35-yard line. Lemke is harangued and throws the ball to the left side again. Intended for intended for Nico Lavinia. He was really attacked there by Manu Kotobalavu.
Let's watch this on a mini Huniwata replay. Lemke from the shotgun looking for his receiver, but in his face, Kotobalava right there forces him to throw that ball away before he wanted to. Bringing up 4th down.
Almost had a dunk on that play. 4th and 10. Kauai will have to punt the ball. Low snap. Punter barely gets that ball off. And about a 28, 29-yard punt. Kauai will let it, or should I say Kahuku will let it drop and roll, and they'll take the ball over on their own 42-yard line.
Well, what caused that short punt was the bad low snap.
Attention fans, HPD advises all fans living on the North Shore
let's see it on the Jiffy Lube replay. A bad snap.
Roads in Kaava and
Luckily,
Haula are partially
Kahuku
washed
wasn't
out.
putting any pressure on, but he still had to hurry it up, get it off. Short punt.
The I formation, they hand the ball straight up the middle. And carrying the ball for the Red Raiders of Kahuku is Jonathan Rickardson. Suyaki Levi has got his team well greased and oil going right now. What a record he's had up there. He's 78-17.
Jonathan Rickardson, 5'11", 210-pound junior, listed as a tight end on the roster.
Pass well over the head of Tavita Ofa. Still in a quarterback is again Ponciano Ahui, a junior, perhaps getting warmed up maybe for next year, coming back. Silva's also a junior, so Suyaki Levi's got some key players coming back. It's 3rd and 7. Threatening blitz by Kauai, and it worked. Yeah, that was Preston Valmoha was threatening blitz, and he did do it. He got right through there and made the tackle.
What outstanding!
And got the dunk.
Outstanding play there by number 6, Preston Valmoha. He's been in a good several plays here tonight. Played outstanding football. Gets a hold of Ahui and just drags him down for a big loss.
Kahuku, first time in a long time, they got to kick the ball. And catching the ball for Kauai, that's number 81, Garen Itamura.
Watch the coverage downfield by Walker Vave. Outstanding coverage. Vave, a 6'2", 198-pound senior. Right there to make the tackle. Kauai will take over, 1st and 10.
6:15 to go here in the game. Kahuku on top of Kauai, 41-3. Kauai has the ball on their own 28-yard line. Lemke still in at quarterback. Throws a sidearm pass to the left side. That it was intended for, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, was that Chad Lopez?
Looked like that's who he intended it for.
Well, Chad's 5'3", so I think that was Chad. That was a number 3 on his jersey. Going to bring it back out, make it 2nd and 10. Kauai trying to score a touchdown. Let's see what they do. Another pass to the left side, and that one again is intercepted. Tomasi Fuller's got it this time for the Red Raiders of Kahuku. I'm not sure how many interceptions that is, but we've had a bundle.
If I'm not mistaken, this is number 4 interception. 2 by Lemke. As he throws it out, and number 21, Tomasai Fuller, just in the right place. As that ball is thrown short of his intended receiver. That's number 4 interception, 2 by Lemke and also 2 by Crow, who started the game off for Kauai.
So Kauai gets the ball, or should I say Kahuku gets the ball on the Kauai 44-yard line. Up the middle, handoff. And that's Simoti Vea, another junior.
He'll be back. Look who made the stop there for Kauai. Number 6 making that stop once again. Let's see this on No Foods of Hawaii replay. Just a simple handoff. Vea, probably Kahuku's big man next season. Only a junior. Picking up some tough yards.
2nd and 5, ball again handed off. And that's to number 24, Mauhe Moala, another junior.
Actually, Michael Garcia.
It was Michael Garcia.
Yep, they're letting the senior have some time in there. 5'10", 165-pound senior.
He got 4 yards, 3rd and 1. Pass caught and juggled and caught.
What a catch by Stanley Kava, staying with it.
Stanley Kava.
Concentration, great concentration. Brought down by Alan Sata. The Joyacola replay. Silva drops back, looks for his man over the middle. Good concentration there by Stanley Kava, 5'10", 175-pound junior.
2:48 to go. It's a first down. Ball on the Kauai 24-yard line. Up the middle. Once again, that's Simoti Vea. If Kahuku goes on to win this game, which we anticipate, they will play the winner of the Farrington Hilo game, which is being played tonight as we speak at Kauai High on the Big Island. Wish we had a result in the game. We do not. There's been a timeout taken, apparently, in this game.
Oh, it's been all Kahuku here in the second half. Just pounding away at Kauai. Of course, three turnovers here in the second half.
Following this game will be Mililani in St. Louis. Mililani out of the OIA, and St. Louis, of course, won the ILH.
Nice look at Kauai's cheerleaders there, keeping their spirits. They have nothing to bow their heads for. They come in here to play the number 1 team.
Well, I'll tell you what, next year they look pretty good. They look like they could come in here and maybe do something.
Yep.
Right now, Kahuku has the ball, though. 2nd and 7 on the Kauai 21-yard line. Again, they're just running the clock down. We are mercy rule, so the clock will not stop unless for an injured player, a timeout, or a score. Stop made by Bradley Correa for Kauai.
That was a nice play there by Bradley Correa, making a big stop. Correa.
Officials timeout here.
Correa is not too big of a man. 5'2", 140 pounds.
But he has a lot of heart. That's what counts. Keeping the ball and fumbling it. That's quarterback Silva back in there. Apparently the little layoff hurt him. So picking the ball up for Kauai is Justin Kashawabara.
Let's watch this in Aloha Shoyu Company replay. Silva trying to keeping it loose. He has to learn to, he went to pitch it. That's what happened. He went to pitch that ball back. Of course, pitching it back, hitting his running back in the foot. It's a fumble. Kauai jumps on it by Kashiwabara. 1st and 10 Kauai.
Kauai gets the ball on their own 17-yard line. 1:31 to go here. Handoff up the middle. And he is rudely brought down. And that is Nico Ilavinia again. Dominic Nico Ilavinia. He is brought down by Manu Kotopalavu. Second and 6. He got 4 on that play. All now on the 21-yard line of Kauai. 54 seconds to go in the game. In the shotgun. Lemke throws to the sidelines. It bounces off the fingers of Micah Bernard, a junior.
Let's watch this on a replay. Actually, Michael Bernard was actually open down the sidelines. He's running the sideline pattern to square out. He goes right in his hands. He should have pulled that down.
Don't know if he would have stayed in bounds, though. Clock running, 19 ticks to go. It's 3rd and 6. This may be the last play of the game. He has him spread out for a pass. Lemke, instead, he pitches out, and it's passed over by Weston Victor Torino. And that was intended for number 81, Garen Ichimura. And that will end the game.
Well,
there you see it. Kahuku did it in the 3rd quarter. You see those big 2-7 under the number 3? That's what did it. They had a tremendous 3rd quarter and he blew this game open. But I'll tell you what, Kauai played with a lot of heart that first half coming in here, champions of the KIF, and they showed something to me. Looks like they may have a pretty decent team next year. It's tough playing the number 1 team in the state and come in here and do what they did the first half.
Well,
it's just made some mistakes in the 3rd period.
It's definitely tough coming in playing Kahuku Red Raiders, especially the running game. Kahuku's running game is just awesome, and kind of tired Kauai out here in the second half.
Well,
keeping their undefeated season going.
That they did. And as you see the traditional handshake, Kahuku and Kauai. This will end Kauai's season, of course. Kahuku will go on to the semifinals of the state tournament. Again, they will play the winner of Farrington Hilo, which is being played right now down in Kauai. Kahuku showing all their stuff, doing what it took to win the ball game, showing a little discipline, which is something Suyaki Levi was concerned about, especially in that OIA championship game. Said he did not play well.
He definitely must have said something to them in the locker room because they came out
halftime. He must have said something. Yes,
they came out with a vengeance in the second half and showed everybody what the number 1 team in the state can do. And of course, can't take nothing away from Kauai's head coach Morgado. Came in with a good game plan, stuck with them 7-3 at halftime. Excellent game plan. Just turnovers in the 3rd quarter.
And Pai Vaimu, who had three touchdowns, was key in the role and key in the game as a whole.
I think one of the biggest turning points was about 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Taologa's 60-yard punt return touchdown.
That's true.
Put the nail in the coffin.
That's true. Well, anyway, for the Stadium Jumbotron crew, our floor director, Robert Rabidou, along with Mike Bizel. I'm Mike Nelson. Again, the final score was 41-3 to Kahuku Red Raiders over the Kauai Red Raiders. Tonight, Hawaii High School Athletic Association 2003 Division I State Tournament Football Game is a presentation of Aloha Stadium Stars Television Sports. Aloha.